The year of the snake in 2025 was a year of release, right? Of shedding the old skin, the old wounds, peeling it off, letting it die, letting some relationships die quietly, letting the energy, giving the energy its space to move. It was the year of the snake was a time to sit in the shadows, to sit in introspection, to sit in the cave. And I know a lot of you who have been doing this, and I did this perfectly. Well, I mean, there was nothing perfect about the year of the snake, because it was all coming up to the surface, and there's still a lot coming up to the surface. But jump to the year of the horse, which is right now, February 17, 2026 is the beginning of this. This is all about movement, momentum, change. It's all we're not hiding anymore. We're not hiding in our cave anymore. The fire horse. I mean, there's 5 elements in each of the animals. The fact that the fire comes with the horse, those are 2 very wild, if you can think about that, right? This is a movement energy. This is we're not sitting anymore energy. And if you think about it, this is not like waiting for permission or waiting for validation anymore or approval. This is just going for it. And if we look at the Western Zodiac, if you look at all the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, these 3 signs, there is no sitting around. Although I'm Leo, Sagittarius, there's no sitting around. And these are impulsive signs, spontaneous. They roar, or they travel, or they move into, they impulsively open businesses, or this is that kind of energy. In this year of the horse, the fixed signs, which is still Leo, by the way, which is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and I always forget this. Aquarius. Okay. These 4 signs are gonna be in full resistance mode, because they're fixed is like you're more grounded, right? So change is a little bit more challenging, just a little bit more challenging, a little bit more triggering, let's say, for the fixed signs. Water signs are going to have a ride of their life, let me tell you, right? Like, think about it. Fire, water puts out the fire for sure, but the fire is like going to force a lot of change in water signs. There's going to be a lot of emotional breakthroughs for the water sign. It's it's all done. It's all an evolutionary process in the end, right? So water signs would be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So if you're a fixed sign, you're like everything. It's all good though. Don't let's not attach too much to these things. We're just having fun here, right? So before I get into talking more about the fire horse, I want to do the evolution arc so we understand this, right? So if we do like the year of the snake, and then we go into the year of the horse, and we could see how this evolution is going to happen. Right? So the year of the snake, like I said, it's like this release of trauma. A lot of people cut cords. A lot of people had silent realizations. We had like these moments where we were in our cave and we're like, I don't know how many times I did a moment in this past year. Sometimes I shared it with you, and sometimes most of the time I didn't. I just shared it with my phone so Big Brother could hear me. But otherwise, or I wrote it in a journal. It's just like this. The year of the snake felt to me like an emotional detox. right? Because we were more silent, the snake is silently slithers into the tall grass, right? he's not like I'm a lion, hear me roar kind of energy. Like us too, as soon as the energy emerges, we see it, we feel it, and then we shed it, right? We have to move through these energies. It's not like the snake came around and was like, oh, let's just shed. No, we went through it. In the grass and in the water and on the mountains, we went everywhere, right? We really went everywhere with these emotions. And a lot of us have not fully moved through these emotions, and that's okay, right? But the thing is, with the horse, the only thing with the horse is that if some of you avoided the shedding in 2025, the horse will drag you. That is the difference. Like the year of the snake gave you that year to, okay, let's just face these mirrors, just face these things and these energies, right? Sit where you can, go in the nature, go in wherever you want, but this has to come up. The horse the horse we know is a compassionate animal, of course, but the fire horse is all about speed. It's all about movement. So he's not sitting with you like the snake did. He's like, we're going, right? So this I'm going to talk about this a little later, because that could be there. It's here where you're going to see that there's going to be a little bit of resistance, and some of the animals here are going to have a harder time, right, moving through this year. But there's a lot of good too coming, right? So now we jump into the horse, the year of the horse, right? We've all done all what we needed to do with the snake, and now we move into the year of the horse. And this is like where the snake was more private and more secluded, the horse is more public, more recognition, more hello, I'm here kind of energy. So that's going to be to me, it's like a polarity, right there, because everything is in, and this is like, oh. So like a lot of bold decisions are going to be made this year, from you, from people around you, from other external forces, perhaps. You're going to feel a lot more this, and you're going to feel more what is it, like diving into, like taking risks. Like you're going to feel that momentum. You're going to be like, oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'm doing this kind of thing, energy, right? The horse is going to be like, yeah, let's do this. The horse is not going to let you go into your cocoon anymore. So with this fire horse being movement, right? Every time I think of a horse, I think of chariot energy as well. Like, okay, let's move, let's go. Like, what does moving mean? Moving home, moving to a new country, moving to a new city, changing where you are living right now, like changing things up, travel, relocation, exactly, all of that. Moving because your career, there's a career opportunity in another country. So you're like, okay, this is the year that once you bring it up to the surface, the fire horse energy is going to like push you. It's not going to make you question. So that's a kind of interesting year for a lot of us. And yeah, with that comes this need to, open new businesses, open new communities, open new centers, open this desire to share what you've been through, maybe creating a YouTube channel, like whatever it is, like, and the fire horse is going to, of course, encourage you. But the fire horse also brings impulsive choices, which is kind of a good thing, because I kind of like the idea of stop overthinking, right? Like just put you into spontaneity mode. Like yes. It's like a yes year. Let's do it. Okay. And the consequences we'll deal with after. So that's kind of a beautiful thing. This is not a quiet year. I'm not seeing, I don't see this as This is a very visible year. This is like a look at me year, or look at us year, or let's just, let's make these dreams come true kind of year, which is beautiful, but it could be tiring too. So let's go. I'm going to continue. I've written things down because, I am a tarot reader and not a Chinese astrologer. So the fire horse energy, the gifts of it. I'm going to talk gifts and wild cards. Gifts are, the amazing things the gifts that it's bringing this year, and the wild cards are like the reverse of tarot, let's say, right? So the gifts this year is going to bring magnetism, charisma. You're going to start to feel a little bit more like like outgoing. You're going to feel like maybe, if I just related to myself, last year I was indoors, people. I had no desire to go outside. Even in the summertime, I had no desire to mingle with people. I had no desire. And so perhaps this year is the total polar opposite. It's going to be like party time or whatever it is, right? It's just the energy. Anyways, you don't have to follow and abide by the energy. It's just, you're going to feel it around you in your life. There's obviously with that comes confidence. And there's going to be a lot of creative breakthroughs, a lot of relationship breakthroughs. Like breakthrough feels like every time I see a fire, I just picture the fire horse in my head. I picture a black stallion with fire on his mane, running through the fields or a desert. That's how I can imagine it. So yeah, and there's and I don't see him stopping for the whole year, so he's gonna probably travel the whole world, because I don't see maybe stopping to drink water and boom, out again. That's the year. We're getting ready to lift off, and the thing is that there's no stopping. That's the thing. So it's kind of for someone who leads a very quiet life, who's very reserved, might see this fire horse as danger, like this. Oh my God, no. But it's not gonna, ultimately you're the human, you're the avatar in this movie, and you choose your way, right? So the thing with this fire horse feels like career leaps, if you've been working or school, recognition at school or recognition of the job you've been doing, all the hard work you've been putting in YouTube, it's going to be recognized, things are going to you're going to feel, I was going to say feel at ease, but you're going to be put in the spotlight, perhaps some of you, that's the momentum. That's momentum. If you're artists, maybe you're actors, or you're going to win awards, or musicians, there's this kind of energy showing up here for the fire horse. There's obviously physical vitality, makes a lot of sense here, because the horse is a physical animal. Very muscular, so there's a lot of that energy showing up that, perhaps there's going to be more people running alongside the horse, and the horse will be running with you, whatever that is, what else is there? Less sedentary weight kind of energy, more active, walking, running, whatever, doing things, I can't even think of cycling, active. And with fire always comes sensuality, right? So that is going to be opening up the chemistry, the sensual chemistry coming up, romantic, but more sensuality, which is beautiful, because the snake revived the sensuality, right? It's like the kundalini was awakening that was the purpose of the snake. It was awakening your sensuality, your confidence, your love of body, your love of self. And the horse is okay, now you got that, let's go. Let's go show yourself to the world. And regardless of what you think of yourself or how you perceive yourself or whatever, it's just this your magnetism is on a high. I mean, freaking awesome, amazing. And then freedom. I mean, for me, I just equate horse with freedom. So whatever that means for you, right? For me, freedom to, speak, freedom to be me, freedom to be transparent, freedom to, whatever that is for you, that is what that is. And it's amazing to me. Now the wild card of the horse energy. Of course, there's always like a polarity, right? The wild card is that you might be too overconfident, right? You might, ego comes up a lot with the horse, right? When you are too passionate and too powerful kind of thing, your ego is like, yeah, baby, let's do this. And there could be a lot of ego clashes. And that could be challenging if you think about it in this world setting. So where the fire horse is encouraging us to do, be, like rise up, like, awaken, rise up against or whatever, or for, or whatever it is. There's also that ego, elitist, let's say ego, like coming in and saying, oh, feeling threatened. So that could be an interesting blow up this year. I can't wait to see that. Anyways, with this impulsivity comes like also burnouts. You're burning your bridges too fast. You're hitting a wall. That could happen too, because you're like, move, and then people get addicted to movement, right? But at one point, the universe is like, yo, you gotta, like, that's why we have to find a balance here. And the restlessness, 100,000%. Oh, wow, this is a big one for me. So conflict from brutal honesty. So, because the more your movement, momentum you have, it's harder to stop. So, I'll talk about this in an ego. I'm going to do an ego video soon. You can watch that. So, starting too much, finishing too little. Yeah. So that, again, if you're in a momentum, you're starting this, starting that, doing this, and moving here, going everywhere. And then after, you're not doing anything, right? So this is just something we have to be careful of. Just be, we're all adults here. We have to just be very aware of like the choices we make. Like in the horse reading, I talk about choosing a lane and then staying in that lane and running with that lane. So, which is horse energy, right? It's the same idea. If we choose 10 lanes and we run, we'll never make it, right? We'll just tire ourselves out. And there's emotional volatility, which makes sense in fire, because again, fire, if you think Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, they are like, they're the starters and they're like so excited. Like if you think about, so excited to start a project, to share their dreams or go do this, go travel. And then they get tired at one point and they're like, oh, because they put so much energy in that beginning, right? So think about that a little. So, we're not here to, we don't want to, like, how can I say this? We don't want to like exterminate the fire, we don't want to tame it. We need to just learn to ride it. That's the key here. So, like fire, the fire horse is not, it's not seeking validation. You're moving into an energy that is pushing you to your next step, to your next project, to your next relationship, and there's no slowing down. So just learn how to slow down in this as well, because you don't always have to follow his blazing trail all the time. It's for me, I feel like it's what I'm getting out of this: run to what scares you the most, right? Like, let's just go for it. There's no place to hide in the year of the horse. fire horse. It's time to leap. It's time to jump. It's time to go. So I'm going to pull a overall energy just to get, you know, the feeling. I've already talked to you a little bit about it, but let's just pull what tarot has to provide for us here. Wow, that's a nice card to get. The Four of Wands. Aries energy. Hilarious. The Four of Wands is celebration, victory, marriage, you know, enjoying life. The foundation is already set, and now it's time to live a little, right? It's kind of the same idea. It's time to stop trying so hard to establish a career, to get a husband or wife or girlfriend or boyfriend. We're always trying. Like, enough. The Four of Wands, like, okay, if it's gonna come, it's gonna come. Trust that. You've already established, the pillars are already set in place. The Four of Wands, enjoying life. So celebrating the little wins as much as the big wins. That's nice. Me gusta. Like that. And at the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Swords, which is you in that year of the snake saying, oh my God, no, but I have so much to deal with. I don't know. Maybe it's not the right time. Maybe I should, I'm not going to listen to the year of the horse. I don't want to do anything else. And this is that. And the Four of Wands, like, absolutely not, dudes. Like, what are you doing? We're here. We're ready. We're ready to fly. We're here. We're galloping. You know, we're not trotting. We're not like standing. We're going. Are you coming? That's the reading. All right. So in the next part is your animal. We'll get it in there. We'll get into that, obviously. And yeah, so I'm enjoying this momentum. This is like amazing. Don't fear the momentum. You know, just run with it. It's a time to jump in the fire and not fear the burning flames. Instead of seeing it, just see it as a new opportunity, right? Like, or see like as, I mean, I've taught you. It's not that I'm teaching you anything, but in past videos we've done like rejection and feeling like being okay with being the villain of a story, and all of that gets you ready for this step. You know, gets you ready for, okay, yeah. You know, so what? You know, the snake got you ready, got you strong enough and got you grounded enough to get ready for this movement. So, are you ready? Check out your animal signs. And also, if you're new here, my name is Sabrina, by the way, and I do tarot readings. You can book sessions with me, and you also can just watch my videos, encourage me, like, comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. And that's it. I also have Zodiac notebooks on Amazon that are fun and snarky like me. So I love you, and I'll see you in your animals. Bye. If you're a dog in this year of the horse, welcome. Your loyalty is about to be tested. You pride yourself on being faithful, loyal, proud, and steady. Fire horse doesn't care. It's about to take you on the ride of your life. Shake you out of this, what you always thought was secure. This year is about you stepping outside of that comfort zone. Hello, my beautiful warriors and my beautiful dogs. Welcome to 2026, where there's some moving and shaking happening for you. 100%. Are you ready? Let's get this going. You're learning, you know, your dogs are loyal. Like, if you think about dogs, they're beautiful animals, of course. You're protective, whatever. They're also very fair animals. Justice driven, which is very interesting. Dogs value honesty above comfort. which is really beautiful, because you can be faced with an uncomfortable situation, which you will be, because the fire horse is going to make you uncomfortable for this whole year. But the beautiful part of you, dogs, is that if someone is being honest with you, you can handle the discomfort, which is beautiful. Because if they're lying to you and uncomfortable, that is where you'll lose it. Right? Because there is a part of you, your wild card is that you are rigid thinkers. You have it's like you're set in your way. You know, and it's a little bit harder to mold someone, not that we're molding you or anything, but to change your mind. Right? That's very interesting. And also, you would think that dogs are warm and cuddly and kind, but the way they are, but they're also very sharp in the way they speak. They speak with meaning. They speak with purpose. They don't speak just to speak. So I find this very interesting, and I looked at the Western Zodiac and their the compatibilities of the signs with the animals, and the dog is Taurus and Libra, which makes a lot of sense. As a Taurus, I get it. Loyal, steady, you know, we're stable, we're sharp mouths as well. And Libra, the same thing, justice oriented, relationship oriented, also very clear cut in the way they speak. So I find this a very interesting energy showing up here with the dog. I feel like it's going to be tested on its loyalty. You know, like you've been so loyal to so many people. You're loyal to everyone. You're very, you're a steady partner. You're a steady parent, child, whatever. But the fire horse is going to fire you up. Right? Like it's almost like they're going to cause tension within certain relationships. That's what you have to look forward to. And your overall energy is the Hierophant, which is a Taurus energy. Awesome. And how interesting the Hierophant. We can't see the actual meaning. This is a llama that's on an aerobics llama of the 80s on this like old thing. So it looks playful, but the Hierophant is really a rigid thinker. It's a bishop, a pope, a cardinal, like kind of energy, a rabbi, whatever. I can't think of the Muslim, And it's like a leader in that sense, that who is very traditional, and who follows the rules, follows the things. But in this card, as you can see, it's definitely not a rule follower. Right? The newer Hierophant cards are showing someone who is more enlightened, who may follow the rules or may follow certain customs and still believe that family is everything, that family values is everything, that honoring and legacy and all of that is very important to them, right? Which is very dog and makes sense with this Hierophant card here showing up. But there's the part of this Hierophant card that we have here, there's an evolution, that we need to release these old ways of thinking, this old mindset, so we can move into this new. And the fire horse is going to bring that up within you. All right. So, sorry. Obviously, you notice I just, no peeking from the neighbors. All right. So it's going to be an interesting year for you. And I could see why the loyalty will be tested here. A lot more than loyalty is going to be tested for you. You're going to be even testing yourself. The fire horse is going to be like saying, okay, do you really want to attach to this home, this relationship, this person, this friend, this situation in your life? Are we really attaching to this? Are we really sticking to the old ways? Dog will want to hold on to everything. I mean, if you have a dog, then you know that they hold on to their masters until the last bits of life, right? They're fully protective, which is beautiful. you know. But in this case, I kind of like the fire horse coming in because it's gonna kind of, it's really literally gonna shake you up a bit. And the Hierophant is saying the same thing. The Hierophant is like, yes, for many years we've lived always in the same structure, but we're gonna need to evolve here. So I'm going to talk love, which is, you know, romantic, but could be friendship and yada yada, families. So we have love. We're gonna have the vampire and the geisha for you. Not everybody gets this, but it's what I feel. Okay, love. Okay, so deep loyalty shifts, obviously, in love. So loyalty is tested through stress. You may feel protective or defensive if you're partnered with somebody. All right. Stay calm during conflict. Your shadow or your sabotage or your like wild card here is defensiveness. I mean, it makes sense for people who have lived their lives following certain systems, following even it doesn't have to be systems like belief systems, you know, but value systems, right? That you've put all your trust in family. You put all your trust in these relationships of yours. You've put a lot of faith in people, and then all of a sudden they turn around and it's like, what the F, right? But that's like the fire horse showing up and saying, okay, why are you holding on so tightly? Let it go. Run with me. Dog, come, let's go on a run. Stop hanging on to this, like, I would say comfortable, this comfort zone kind of thing. It's comfortable to be attached to a legacy, to be attached to relationships, to be attached to things, because it feels stable. It feels safe. 100,000%. I get that. As a Taurus, I get that. But I kind of love the fire horse because it does need to loosen things up. You know, the attachment is a bit too tight. So the message to you if you're in a partnership, well, this is like everybody's getting this card. Anyways, the partnership is yeah, not you though. This is the wrong card for you. Okay, so like loyalty will be tested within your relationships. You know, are you, why are they so messy? One second. I don't want to be. You're the animal that seeks honesty, right? You're like, what's the point of being dishonest in this relationship or in this friendship or in this job or in this whatever you are in? And to you, it's the end all and be all, and it could really affect you emotionally and mentally, right? And physically too, because it's like you pride yourself on this. You are this protective animal, you know, you are this long enduring one. You are the one who hangs on even when the other partner is gone already. Like physically they might be there, but emotionally they're somewhere else. But you're like, okay, I'm gonna hang on. And that could be a lot of energy to carry with you, and that's just a lot of pain that comes with that, right? But then that dog in you is like, oh no, it's okay. If it's painful, it doesn't matter. I'm still gonna continue. The endurance is strong of pain. So the fire horse is going to come up to you and say, why are you freaking hanging on to this? Why do you wish to inflict so much of pain on you? Like, why are you hanging on to this old thing that's continuously, you're being hurt by it over and over and over again, but you continuously hang on to this. That's the kind of energy that's showing up. If you're single, you're going to attract people who feel safe. No kidding. But you may overanalyze intentions. Right? Again, you're going to always there's so many. It's like a flip side of everything. Everything feels like when you're so loyal and you're so compassionate, but the flip side of that is like it becomes pride. It becomes this lower vibrational energy, which is pride, which is ego, which is like you're what, like, why are you hanging on so tightly? You're almost not living your life. You're almost like giving up to remain loyal to this person who keeps rejecting you or keeps failing your tests, that you usually do for other people. But no, this one's going to change. That's the kind of energy showing up here. Wow. And because you have this rigid mindset, it's a little bit harder. And Fire Horse is gonna, wow, man, it's gonna take you on a fucking ride this year. The card that comes out for love is the Hangman, which is a Neptune energy, which is a dreamy energy, but it's also an energy of patience, right? Or I wouldn't even say patience. It's like looking at life in a different perspective. Like hanging upside down from a tree. This the Norse god Odin hung upside down a tree for 7 days and 7 nights so he could see the world with different eyes. So look at your relationships right now with different eyes. But eyes that see for you, not eyes that see for your partner. Right? This is the dog. The dog will overlook that his master is beating the shit out of him all the time, but then the master feeds him and cuddles him. He will overlook that beating because he sees this and that's all he wants. He needs love, right? If you think about it. And that's what you're doing to yourself. You're getting rejected, you're getting used and abused, you're getting lied to, you're getting whatever you are, but you're loyal. In your mind, you're like, I'm loyal and faithful, so I'm sticking to my, but at the same time, they're taking advantage of you. And you're like, but you're flipping it and you're just looking at that. But this Hangman is like, okay, can we look at the bigger picture here, dog? We need to look at all the angles here. Because your loyalty, I totally am agreeing with the Fire Horse here, because your loyalty needs to be tested here. Because you're being loyal to who and what exactly? Because if you're being loyal to you, then you would protect yourself. And you would seek peace for yourself, right? And you would not be always in this emotional turbulence all the time. Or you wouldn't be having to justify things in your mind all the time. I wasn't expecting this from dog at all. I didn't see this coming with you guys at all. But here it is. And I think it's beautiful because all the animals have done so far. I'm actually really loving the Chinese Zodiac. I think it has a different aspect of it all. And there's this, the dog, I've always seen it as such a calm sign, but beneath that calm is someone who's holding on to old ways. Someone holding on to allowing bad behavior, is allowing mistreatment, is allowing things that to deregulate their nervous system. It's like allowing things that where at this point in your life, let's flip the script, right? And not allow this anymore, and be loyal to yourself, and be faithful to you, and not to someone else that is maybe not even in your life anymore, and you're still loyal to that. Like, I'm loyal to them because this is what their dream was, but they're not even on the earth anymore, right? It has nothing to do with you. Or someone that I broke up with like thousands of years ago, and yet I'm still like, this is the dog, which is like, again, I say is a really admirable sign or animal, but at the same time, it's like you're following a path that's not even yours to follow. So let's get on your path. That's what that is. All right. Let's get on to career and school. For those of you who are in school, if you have a career, if you're doing hobbies, if you're doing, or it's finances as well. And with this fire horse, it feels like we're moving into something stable. Things are going to, there's no big spurts of big money coming in for you. There's no loss of money either. There's like a stable progress happening for you, which is really beautiful, because what else do you want, right? We don't want to be in the financial risk zone. Oh, okay, interesting. The Ten of Wands is here, which means that some of you are experiencing some financial burden, perhaps. Some of you are experiencing some heavy energies in your life, and it's weighing on you. It's been weighing on you for a while, but the 10 means you're at the end of it, and you're about to move into something more stable. That's exactly what this is. This is like a beautiful energy here for you. I don't see you, it's very aligned with your dog. Like, I don't feel like you are about to make this huge windfall of money. Doesn't feel like that for 2026. It feels like things will just work themselves out for you. So in career as well, there's no reason for me to, like, you might be doing a job that you cannot stand. Maybe it's time for you to quit. Maybe you'll get fired, and I don't see firing as a bad thing. It means that you're not right for it. So it's time to move on. Like, sometimes the universe plays in different ways. And, same with school. If you're in a class right now and it's just okay, change it, right? Like, you're at that, why carry your parents' burdens with you, right? Financial burdens with you. I mean, let's see. You step into trusted leadership roles. Yeah, exactly. Wow. I didn't even read this. Don't take on everyone's burdens. Exactly. 10 of Wands is perfect. But here it's like you're stepping into leadership roles, which makes sense to me for any dogs that I know. It's like whether you're working or not, leadership role, people always like, oh, it's a career. It has nothing to do with career. It's like in the energy world as well. People are going to start looking up to you for advice and guidance, like quiet guidance. This is a very beautiful energy. Avoid black and white financial decisions. That's interesting. And black and white thinking. That's your wild card. So you're like the rigid, it's this way or the highway, or it's this way or no way. But there's going to be a middle ground somewhere when it comes to your finances. So be open to that. And Fire Horse will push you into that, making you feel a little bit more comfortable with making decisions that are a little bit more abstract than you usually would take. Like something that is a little bit off of your path that, because, dogs, it's like this. This is what they know. They're not cats, where they're just a little bit more like freakish, right? So consider nuance. And I kind of love that. That's a really good piece of advice. So was really good. As far as health goes, we have watch stress-related tension. Obviously, okay, you're gonna be experiencing a lot of stress. Obviously, you are, because if your loyalty is being tested this whole year, you're gonna feel it's gonna be a little emotional, if anything, for you guys. And if you can delegate a little bit of your tension to others, and not give them the tension, but if you can seek guidance from others. But also, I feel, I don't know why I'm getting water, which you're not even water signs related, but I'm getting that go near the water. The water might help you take baths. If you're near a water, go dip your feet in water. Like, there's that feeling here of releasing yourself that way. And also, when people who are loyal and they're tested to the nth degree, they're going to need an outlet to release in a big way. And I would suggest something that makes you feel like dancing, perhaps, or like letting yourself loose, letting yourself go. I don't know, aerobics or whatever. Nothing hard hitting though. Something more fluid is what I've seen. Like even yoga or Pilates can do, but nothing like muscle, like kind of like hard hitting. That's not what you need right now. You need to be comforted. You need to find a safe space. So whatever that means for you, I would suggest that in the health of 2026. So we are going to continue with, this is what I wanted to talk about. There's 5 elements in the Zodiac, so I'm going to just give you a little piece of advice for all your elements. You can check that also on Google. If you're a fire dog, protective energy rises, obviously, right? So as a fire and a fire horse coming in, it's going to amplify the energy that you are. So you're obviously going to get more protective, more like even defensive. So be careful about that, because we don't want to be too defensive, because defensiveness is, equates wounds to me. It's like something that is an energy that's stuck. If you're defensive all the time, it's because you haven't released something, you haven't recognized something within you that needs to be released. And that's fine, right? Because we're all going through this, but your fire dog might bring that up a little bit more. So pay attention. If you're an earth dog, stability, focus, of course, everything is stable, grounded, staying grounded without becoming defensive, I would say. Stay grounded without becoming defensive. Like stand your ground as the dog that you are. Like seriously, in whatever situation that is coming up for you. If you're a metal dog, duty intensifies. Wow. Okay, metal dogs are special because they're very hard, like steel. I think of them, that are not very easily approachable. I mean, easily approachable. Of course they are. They're sword energy. It's just that it's very challenging for them to trust anyone, is the way I see metal. So metal dogs, your duty to protect yourself and to protect your family will intensify like to the nth degree, because the fire horse is going to come in, right? So just beware of that. The water dog is, your emotional growth year. Okay. Yeah, because you need, if you're needing to protect yourself, you're needing to let your your defenses down, you're gonna need to emotionally love yourself for this. So like hug yourself a lot. Wood dog is new alliances form. Interesting. If you're a wood dog, it's all about creativity. I'm in low power mode, so I talk fast. New partnerships coming together, new communities, new alliances with people that you may not realize were actually good people for you. So pay attention to that. Strategic partnerships, perhaps. Beware of your rigid mindset. Yes. Here's your fire horse lesson that I wrote down for myself, for you. Not every battle requires your defense. Protecting your peace will serve you more than protecting your pride. Stay loyal, but always stay flexible. Remember that as you move through this year, as Fire Horse tries to, get you out of that comfort zone of yours, get you out of those attachments. See it as the best thing ever. I wish you well, my beautiful dogs. Check out the other animals. There's other signs related to other animals as well. And like, comment, subscribe, do all the things to support my channel. I would really appreciate it. Also, you could support me by booking a session with me. All the links are down below. I love you, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.